Reactor online. Weapons online. Like button activated. Subscribe button activated. All systems nominal.
Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. This drop finds us in our Black Knight. It is the BL-6. It is complete with 2 large pulse lasers and 6 medium lasers, so I definitely have some firepower at my disposal. It is kind of a more brawly build, more close in, and that's exactly where I'm going to go. If you're looking at the map real quickly, hopefully you've got a good sense of what's going on here. It's not good for our team. That's because we're spread out all over this map. So that is the first red flag that I see. The second one is that I'm coming through the low ground and trying to push up to the high ground. Now I do have some teammates that are coming with me, which is good. Get some shots out on the left side of that Marauder before he ducks to cover. I don't like getting stuck in low ground in general. It just presents way too many opportunities to get focus fired by the enemy. For Delta 2. And there's an enemy trying to aggressively push through that center line. I think we're able to make short work of him. I'm leaving the fire starter alone because it looks like my teammates have him focused. And speaking of getting focused, I'm in a really, really bad position because as those enemy units try to push through the center where I was standing, I'm going to be the first one they see, and I'm going to wind up getting myself focused really, really hard. So I want to move down and get to some cover, still putting my lasers to bear on the enemy, keeping the pressure up on them. And I have some teammates who have formed kind of a firing line here, and we, at the moment, we're holding this center position, which I'm glad to see. Now, if you're holding the center position, that means the enemy eventually is going to start looking to flanks. And there we go. We have a Jenner trying to flank. Put some fire on him and push him back. Also call out his location to my teammates. And that's not a Jenner. That is a full-bore Atlas. So I think I'm going to duck back to cover here for a second. And I look at the mini-map. I'm spinning quickly because I notice there's an enemy amongst us, and it is a very dangerous enemy. That is a catapult with a whole bunch of SRM-6s, and I cannot allow him to run around in amongst us. That will end badly. Unfortunately, my team at the top of the ramp has fallen apart, and the enemy is pushing through from multiple directions. We still manage 2 assists, 601 damage done. Let's take a look at this next one and see what we get into here. Again, still with our Black Knight 6, 2 large pulse, 6 medium lasers. This time we're playing domination on Grim Plexus. Our assault mechs are slowly coming into the Fox 7 area, and I've pushed out with some of my teammates and lance mates to apply some pressure to the enemy's right flank. Now, unfortunately, positioning is everything once again. I'm kind of in a low ground, which is not necessarily the best place for me to be, especially with my low weapon mounts. And there you see I'm putting more into the dirt than I am on the enemy targets, unless they jump, like the Mistlings. So you have to be aware of your position. Again, I like to be on high ground, but this is kind of where the enemy's at and where we're able to apply some pressure. Now the Highlander was kind enough to push out around the storage tanks, and I was able to get some good shots in on him, put an arty strike on him, just for good measure. There's more enemies looking to try to push into us. Unfortunately, I wasn't as far to the left as I thought I was, and I did a little team damage to our poor little Hunchy there in his left arm. I do want to keep up the pressure. I'm really concerned about a couple of those larger units trying to poke that high ground up there. And, wow, there's a jumping Kit Fox. We'll go ahead and light him up.
New target acquired.
And there is also a quick draw looking our way as well. See if we get some damage on him. They're really aggressively poking us here in Fox 8. Now, there's an enemy behind us. You can see him on the mini-map. I'm banking on my teammates being able to handle that unit that showed up behind us. But here's an important question.
Acquired.
So when you see that on your mini-map, you have two choices. You can stay with your teammates on this left flank, which is what I'm choosing to do to keep up the pressure, or you could go back around and add focus fire to that enemy unit in Fox 7. It would also allow you to reposition and take the high ground up in the center, which would be better than fighting out of the low ground as far as your weapon mounts. Let me know in the comments what you would have done in that same scenario. Like I said, obviously, I stuck with my group and I pushed out further, trying to get better angles so that I'm not shooting the dirt, I'm actually shooting the enemy. And we have several targets to choose from,
Heat level critical.
including our friend, the Quick Draw. We're able to take his left torso,
Target acquired.
so that's half his weapons down.
Right torso critical damage.
But I'm in the low ground again, getting focused from the high ground.
Damage.
I think I intimidated that enemy a little bit. He did back off. I do still have all of my weapons, even though my mech is open CT, open right torso. I still have all of my weapon systems and can push out quite a bit of firepower.
Critical.
Don't like that mislinks, but there is the rest of the quick draw, and we're able to quickly take him out. I'm running a little hot, obviously, and now I'm getting swarmed by my friend, the mislinks, and his friend, the wolfhound, and down I go. Looking at this from our Shadowcat's perspective, he's trying to hunt down the ones that killed me, so I applaud him for this. Take those two buggers out. The only problem is, I don't see him anywhere. I don't think he sees them anywhere. They were just there a second ago. But they are totally gone, and I think my teammates up on the high ground took them out. That's why the Shadowcat can't find him. The last two are on the opposite side of the board. So now the Shadowcat's got the 100-yard dash if he wants to get any damage done to the enemies before the team kills the rest of them. And unfortunately, he doesn't quite get there in time. Switching over to the end score, we finish with 1 kill, 5 components destroyed, 658 damage done.